Your Honor, defense is opening their case by grandstanding.
Make your point and move on, Miss Miller.
Mr. Takahama, as coroner, isn't it your job to autopsy all murder victims in Port Charles?
Asked and answered, Your Honor. We've already established that Mr. Alcazar's body has not been recovered yet.
Mr. Takahama, without a body or any other supporting forensic evidence such as DNA or evidence of a struggle, you have no proof that the man is dead or that a crime has been committed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Commissioner Scorpio, you have been police commissioner here in Port Charles for over 10 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
And during the time that you have held that office, how many times has Jason Morgan been arrested?
I'm not sure the exact number, but I'd say around a dozen.
A dozen. Well, according to Mr. Morgan's PCPD file, 32 separate incidents.
That looks about right.
How many times has he been convicted?
None.
Could you repeat that, Commissioner?
None.
So 32 times your department has subjected my client to the humiliation of being handcuffed, fingerprinted, and falsely accused.
Just because Jason was never convicted doesn't mean he was innocent.
Yes or no, Commissioner?
Yes.
How do you account for that astonishing ratio of arrest to conviction?
Jason Morgan can afford to hire high-priced attorneys like yourself.
You display a surprising lack of confidence in the legal system, Commissioner. If there had been even one shred of evidence against my client, no high-priced attorney in the world could have made a judge and jury
Your Honor,
turn a blind eye.
Objection. Defense is speculating.
Sustain. Get to the point, Miss Miller.
Isn't it possible that this current charge of murdering a man who may not even be dead is the direct result of a personal vendetta by Mr. Lansing against my client with the willing help of
Objection, Your Honor.
Isn't it true
Defense is
that
not
Rick
presenting
Lansing
anything
has
more
been out
than
to
their
get
own
Jason
bias
Morgan
against
for
prosecution?
years, and this trial is simply more of the same? Could you identify this, please?
It's the record of a withdrawal from a Singapore bank.
Can you tell the court who withdrew the money?
Lorenzo Alcazar.
Could anyone else have withdrawn this money?
Not with this kind of account. It requires fingerprint and retina scan. Mr. Alcazar would have had to have been there in person.
Does this document indicate when the money was withdrawn?
Yesterday.
Thank you. Your witness.
Thank you. Is it possible that someone could have subverted the system?
It's highly unlikely.
Really? Well, isn't it true that Bolivian drug lords managed to launder money through your bank for the past 6 years?
I don't see the relevance.
Well, all I'm saying is, if motivated criminals with unlimited resources managed to subvert your banking system, isn't it possible that they could have done the same thing in order to keep one of their own from being convicted of murder?
I suppose anything
I'm sorry, is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Jobby, why did you have a camera crew outside the PCPD on the day that Jason Morgan was transferred back from Pentonville to await this trial?
The district attorney approached me and offered me full access to Jason Morgan's trial, starting with his transfer back from Pentonville.
Is that common?
Well, it's unprecedented. Mr. Lansing said as much.
What reason did Mr. Lansing provide you for granting this unprecedented access to the proceedings against my client?
D.A. Lansing was confident he would get a conviction, and he wanted to document every step. Mr. Lansing said it was a high-profile case that could make a career, but it was also personal.
Objection, Your Honor. This is pure speculation.
Your Honor, the witness is recounting her own conversation with the district attorney. There is no speculation. There is no hearsay. It is her best recollection of what the district attorney said.
You may proceed. However, the witness is cautioned to confine her testimony to the conversation as she remembers it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Javi, did Mr. Lansing say anything else that would suggest this case is personal?
Yes, he did. Mr. Lansing said he was going to be the one who sent Jason to prison, and that he wanted to document every step for publicity.